International students, I just want to put this information here so that I maybe explain some things that international students are facing or we are all facing right now. This information is for those that will be applying to Austria to study in Austria in 2023. All right. Most universities in Austria are already open, and I will be doing a lot of work to make sure I bring all the details to you. But first, I want to explain to you some things that you need to be doing. Remember, I have always said that legalization of your certificates or diplomas are very important before you can apply to any university in Austria. However, you should know that most schools in Austria will not accept your documents without you doing the legalization procedure, whereby you take your documents to the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then you take them to the VFS office in your various countries for verification, then they will go to the Austrian embassy for legalization. I equally want you to note that this process entails a lot of money. In my own country, for example, the legalization fee or the legalization at the level of the various ministries have been increased. However, in your country, I do not know the situation. And the various monies or the legalization or let me say verification and of course embassy legalization is equally not that easy to get. So my advice is, if you can do the necessary verification or legalization procedures at the various ministries, then you look for universities that would be able to accept you in Austria to apply before they can then to apply, get your admissions offer before you can do the legalization at the level of the Austrian embassy in Abuja. That would be great. I'm not talking based looking at those who are not located in Nigeria, because it is going to be very somehow tedious to get your legalization done in Austria, and the Austrian embassy will not accept to send you your documents when they are legalized to your various countries. For example, someone reached out to me from China few weeks back and told me that the embassy, the VFS told her it is not possible for the embassy to ship her legalized documents to her in China. You understand? So these are some of the complications we have, and I cannot really blame anybody. However, you have to be smart and decide on which method you are going to use. But note that most universities, at least 65% universities in Austria, will not accept your documents if you don't legalize them at the level of the embassy before they will give you admissions. There are equally some universities in Austria that will say that go and legalize your documents and bring for them to give you admissions. Most universities in Innsbruck will do this, all right? I'm not saying universities of Innsbruck or whichsoever one. I don't even know all these universities. So I know that the few I have checked, they will always ask you to do this. Again, there are universities in Austria that you can gain admissions in without necessarily doing all these steps. But if you do these steps, it is going to be advantage you to gain admissions in these universities, because they would be looking at those who already did the process and to know that these people are actually serious. An example is the University of Economics and Business in Vienna, that would always ask you to apply, but they will not state this on their website that you have to go and do the legalization and verification of your documents before they can actually give you a study visa to Austria. I hope you understand all these processes. So studies in Austria is somehow complicated because you will need to spend money before you get an admissions letter. But however, it is good to spend the money and get the admissions letter and study for these small amounts. All right, I call them tiny droplets or tiny figures. Small amounts of tuition fee in Austrian university. Yes, most universities in Austria will not charge you a tuition fee per the academic year. The highest you can pay is 363 euros. Some universities, 724 euros. Some universities, 725 euros. That is absolutely small amount of money, which is not going to be any problem to most of us that I know. Succeed and you pull through with these stages, you know that you have to equally go to the Abuja embassy and apply for the visa. I do not know if Ghana has it in Ghana, or if there is an embassy or consular in Ghana or in Equatorial Guinea or in most other African countries, but I know it is in Nigeria. I know it's equally in Ethiopia. Ethiopians, can you confirm if you have the Austrian embassy in your home country? Please, Egyptians, I equally know it's in Egypt. So please, if you don't have this embassy in your home country, make sure you go to the various countries that have it. Someone called me last time on a one-on-one consultation and was telling me that he cannot go to Nigeria to apply for the visa. I doubt if you actually know what you are doing, bro. But I gave him an advice because he actually paid for a consultation with me. All right. So if you have an admissions and the embassy is not found in your home country, go to the neighboring country. You prefer to remain where you are, or you prefer to move to a neighboring country and apply for a study visa, please note that it is actually going to be possible. List of universities that are going to be opening in Austria come September, October. All right, that is to say, schools that are already open and accepting applications include Johann Kepler's University. I did a video about them. The University of Economics in Vienna. All right, University of Economics and Business in Vienna. We equally have the University of Vienna. You equally have the University of Graz. I would verify if the University of Innsbruck is open as well. So check all these universities to know which one you are going to be going in for, and equally know if the application process fits you. Another thing you should note with Austrian universities is that they need an application fee payment, and the application procedure is never the same. All right, so verify with respect to the university you are going to be applying for, and of course, drop your application. The documents you need to study in Austria include your international passport, a passport size photograph, your application fee, a police character in most cases, your diplomas like WAEC certificate, your ordinary levels and advanced level certificate, and of course, you equally need your educational certificates like your bachelor's degree and the attestation, or which is the attestation, by the way, or the diploma. You equally need what is called English proficiency. Don't forget that IELTS is very important, but not all the universities in Austria would ask you for IELTS. You equally need to show that you have some certain qualifications more than your bachelor's degree, because there are some universities, if you use just your WAEC certificates to apply in them, they will not accept you. However, HND holders, I have always said that universities in Austria don't accept HND for master's studies. If you can get West evaluation done on your transcript for HND, that would be great for you. If you can't, then you should use it to apply for bachelor's if you must move to Austria. However, if you are looking for countries that will accept your HND, you should be trying other places like the United States. If you have the West evaluation, you should be trying places maybe like Malta, which I still believe is not going to work. Some schools in Lithuania will not accept you, others will accept you. So you have to do thorough search, and equally understand that most universities in the UK would equally accept your HND, but you have to do the search and send emails to the various universities to ask them if you can actually use your HND. All right, while you do your online application to study in Austria, remember some universities will ask you for entrance examination. You are going to sit it for an entrance exam before you can study in most universities in Austria. Again, the very final thing I want to say, or the last thing I want to say, is that proof of funds for Austria has increased. There is a video, a latest video. If you just go to YouTube and type on the search engine Milton Fonkwa or proof of funds to study in Austria, you are going to find my latest video on proof of funds to study in Austria. The amount has increased. There are documents you need to show now. Remember, last year I used to say you need 12,000 euros. But now the amount is different. So you need to put all of this into consideration before you apply for any admissions in an Austrian universities. Because if you do in an Austrian university, because if you don't know before you apply, when you get admissions, you will be frustrated. Guys, put this into consideration and note that universities in the UK are doubling their tuition fee. Universities in Norway are implementing tuition fee payment. Very soon, Germany may implement tuition fee payment. We are not yet certain. We cannot say anything for now, but you should put all of this into consideration in case anything happens. You should be responsible for your actions. Please note that universities are very cheap in Czech Republic. You can apply to Czech universities. Some universities in the Czech Republic will accept your let me say, will accept you to move into check before you start doing payments. Some others will take part payment before you move to Czech Republic. However, for the proof of funds, which is the Oga Kwata of them all, you need around 3.8 million naira to move to the Czech Republic. Check very well. You are going to see all these things I'm saying there on this YouTube channel. Till we meet again in another one. Peace out.